Welcome to another Warhammer React. This time we're checking out the perfect Primarch for me, Lionel Johnson. Get it? Because Lion vtuber, Lion Primarch. Haha, teehee. Anyway, enjoy! Will DK's audio actually work now?
Welcome everyone to
How did they go 2 years with never fixing this? How did Bricky and DK and Shy go 2 years and never fix this? I'm sure most people don't even notice it, but because I've noticed it now, I can't unhear it and it triggers me every time. Like, it drives me nuts.
another episode of the Adeptus Ridiculous podcast. My name is DK Diamantes. My co-host is Bricky, and he's going to be telling us about, I assume I know what he's going to be telling us about, but before we figure that out, if you enjoyed today's episode, head on over to the Patreon, patreon.com/Adeptus Ridiculous, where you can get access to our Discord, bloopers if they happen. We're still trying to get that $20,000 goal on Patreon, because it's a biggin. If that happens, I will be manning the episode for Warhammer Fantasy. Try and get Bricky converted. Just one episode. Just one. Patreon.com/Adeptus Ridiculous.
Does DK actually know Warhammer Fantasy, like, better than Bricky? I have no idea, right? Like, I assumed Bricky knew both. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Bricky, tell him about that other stuff.
Other stuff. See, there's some really good other stuff. We're going to be finishing up Master of Mankind real quick, so you make sure you get that done. But more importantly, we have new merch. Ding, ding, ding. Sign the alarm bell. Ring the gong.
Yeah.
Activate the bat symbol. There is new merch, and it is the first ever drop of sweatpants.
Yo,
Let's go. We have not done sweats before. I just got all the stuff for it, all of the important tech to get them printed, and we're gonna start off rather less is more. Get a good old pair of both gray as well as black sweatpants with the Great Adric logo on it. It's kind of like puffed up. Like, you can kind of like feel it. It's got like it's like a puff design type of thing.
What does that mean?
Really, really good on the sweatpants. And I also kind of want to, like, I don't know, word of mouth. It's a little difficult. The sweatpants are really, really nice. So for the first week from today, Wednesday, till the next episode, they will be all 10% off.
You know Bricky has a toothpick company? Did you know that? He has a toothpick company.
To celebrate the launch, to start with, and also to get it into the hands of as many of you as we can, so you can be like, oh damn, this is nice, and you could tell your friends. So sweatpants, Adric sweatpants available now, new merch, ding ding, 10% off for a week.
You guys don't know? Yeah, since when? Yeah, he has one. I reached out to them a while back. Because I find it a very interesting prospect. But yeah, he has a lot of pies. I thought he was selling poop knives. Having poop knives is one message away from flavored toothpicks is kind of wild.
In the description, orchid8.com.
I need to buy me a pair.
And actually, I think you'd probably, if you keep wearing that I'm a Tank hoodie as much as you do, you're probably never going to take these sweatpants off.
Oh, gee whiz.
One, never say that again.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
And two, yeah, I've worn these sweatpants for like.
Is it because that annoys him or because that gets copyrighted? There's no way. Actually, no, there's a lot of ways. After dealing with what I've dealt with on YouTube recently, I'm not surprised if saying that sentence gets you copyrighted. That would be crazy.
Every day for the past like week, the various colors and stuff, and I'm like, all right,
thrilled with them. Nice.
I need to stop. I need to wash these.
Oh, you haven't been washing them? You just gave them the.
No, I had like 3 pairs to test out sizes and stuff. So
it's
fine. Don't worry about it.
Wink.
Don't worry about it.
Same pair for like flies are humming around and
Oh,
it's fine, guys. I'm just testing it. It's like, Bricky, you smell like raw sewage mixed with puke.
What am I, a baseball player with like 5 million superstitions?
That's just sports people in general.
Before we begin, I'd like to inform you that I have made a fan Alpha Legion using your stream as a blueprint. They just got their hands on a knight. Wait, what? Wait, how did that work? Wait, what? What? That sounds cool. Wait. That sounds cool. Are they led by a Darkari witch?
That is true.
As any sports person, yeah.
So,
all right, Bricky, what are we doing? I think I know what we're doing, but I'm not. I don't know. You could have thrown me a curveball.
You know what we're doing.
Yeah, we're doing the lion, aren't we?
We're doing the lion.
Yay!
We have to do the lion. I mean,
We have to do the lion.
have to do the lion. Yeah.
The new Arcs of Omen book comes out later this week. So today will be the lion, and the next week will be the Arcs of Omen book on the lion.
Oh, I didn't realize the Arcs of Omen book was coming out that soon. I thought there was still a little time before that came out.
Nope, it is next up.
Hell yeah.
So, we need to naturally discuss the lion. And, of course, like with every Primarch discussion, it is giving me crippling anxiety because these episodes will always be looked at with the most scrutable eye, because no matter how many times Warhammer fans say they're tired of Space Marines, they get, oh boy, really salty if you don't do a Primarch right.
Yep. Welcome to another episode of Greater Expectations.
Yeah.
You chose
Can
the
confirm
wrong
that
channel.
already.
Well, of course, we have to start with a quote, though, naturally.
Oh, yeah, naturally.
Of all the Primarchs, save perhaps Mortarion, Lionel Johnson stands apart. Partially, this is due to his taciturn nature. A brooding silence hangs over him at all times. Yet there is something more, something buried beneath his noble exterior. Perhaps this is a result of his upbringing, growing to maturity alone in the monster-ridden forests of Caliban. Even at a council of war, the lion moves like an apex predator. He is always watching, always planning, always hunting.
I love that even in this artwork, with the way his head is angled, you can even just see that that low-key arrogance. I kind of love it.
He unnerves even his brothers. By Malcador the Sigillite.
So one might say he's an Apex legend.
Oh my god.
Mozambique here.
Oh my god.
I don't know any Apex legend references because I'm terrible at BRs.
Yeah, I know. So, the lion...
I'm sure everybody knows it. The only meme that came out of Apex that was good was Mozambique here. That is the only one that Bricky just used. Literally the worst pistol in the game, but for some reason I love it.
And much like with the prior Primarchs, I've found it to be a much better way to recount the deeds of them to a certain extent. Particularly during the Horace and the Great Crusade, there are like 9,000 battles that occur. But the more important thing is to get you to understand the lion. To understand the important, like how the lion operates and what he's like. Because to get what the lion is all about makes more... it's a better understanding of who he is.
Okay.
So, as we all know, all the gestation pods grabbed, thrown into the warp.
Yeeted by chaos.
The Horace.
His pod landed on the feudal death world
Oh.
of Caliban.
Wait a minute. I thought we said only one of them landed on a death world, so he also landed on a death world. That's two of them now. Wait, so who was the other death world one? Wasn't Sanguinius. Who was the other death world? Actually, was it Sanguinius? Was Sanguinius the other death world? Who else could it be if it's not? Who else could it be? No, we discussed it already. It was Mortarion. Mortarion was the other death world. Okay. Well, okay, well, I'm going to miss it. Even if we discussed it already, I can't remember every single thing, okay? I try my best. Okay, there we go. All right, well, the chat's now giving me the answers. Woof, Woof, Mortarian, Lehman Russ, Russ and Morty, and Sanguinius. Yeah, okay.
Located rather close to the Eye of Terror.
All right.
Now, Caliban had its surface covered by immense forests. It was a giant forest world.
Really?
And it was inhabited by monstrous beasts mutated by the touch of chaos after the birth of Slaanesh. Hence its location to the Eye of Terror.
Yeah. Lovely place for a baby to show up.
Oh, yeah. This is a death world. It is a...
Maybe he'll explain it, but because we didn't learn this in the Sanguinius one, what actually categorizes a death world? Because all of my time playing video games would make me think that a death world is a barren hellscape with no, like, fauna or flora. This has both. It sounds like a bad world, but what makes it a death world?
Death world. It is classified as a death world. It is basically gigantic forest teeming with now chaos roided up monsters. A bunch of dinosaurs took Chaos Tren, and now they're goblins.
It's interesting because usually it feels like if one of the gestation pods lands on a death world,
Why did he say
that Primarch usually falls to chaos, don't they? Usually? Isn't that how it goes?
Actually, no, it's the other way around.
One. Kurz wasn't. Angron wasn't. Perturabo wasn't. Alfarius definitely wasn't.
I guess of the ones I've heard of, I just assume that, like, Death World usually...
See, DK's trying to cover himself. He just made a faux pas there. Death World is a world that is utterly hostile to human life for whatever reason. Could be climate or ludicrously hostile flora or fauna. Really? Really? Okay. That's good to know. Thank you.
Usually means, I'm turning on imps.
Mortarian, definitely. But the rest...
Not so much? Okay.
No, I don't think so. But the lion, yeah, his was a death world. But his was a death world because of giant apex chaos beasts out in the world. So he survived.
A death world is one where the environment, flora, or fauna aren't just dangerous, but are actively inimical to life. The planet wants to kill you. Okay, that makes it a pretty easy way to. It's a pretty easy way to describe it. I appreciate that. Thank you, Zinth.
In the forests alone, living as a wild man. He basically was Tarzan.
Okay.
And if you had to...
It's basically Tarzan on
He starts off as Tarzan, for real? What?
He was basically murder hobo Tarzan. He grew up much like Kurz in the sense that he was alone and had no father figure or parentals.
That description is enough for me to love him. He is murder hobo Tarzan. Oh my god.
Or anything. The difference is that Kurz ate children and rats and things to survive in an awful hive world. He was literally in the jungle, the mighty jungle. The lion sleeps tonight.
Oh wow, that's it's pretty on the nose. I like it.
Yes, he lived.
The lion
like
Tarzan. Okay.
Yeah, he's a Monster Hunter
Caliban
player.
Was a post-Age of Strife era world, which of course the Age of Strife is Birth of Slaanesh, Warp Rift messing everything up.
Yeah.
Caliban creatures were also warp tainted. Gotcha.
Everybody gets disconnected. Everybody's kind of just on their own, separated from Terra.
It's Australia.
So Caliban had many knightly orders.
Wait. Isn't Australia as a planet in Warhammer Catachan? Catachan? Isn't that what you guys told me? I haven't seen anything about it yet, but I thought that was the one that was for Space Australia. Or am I remembering that wrong? Okay.
Of old warrior aristocrats. These were people there to defend from the monsters in these massive fortress monasteries. The knights maintained a couple aspects of the old technology, such as like old school bolt pistols and simple kind of power armor. But they were also really just pre-industrial, so they still were riding on horseback and things of that nature. They had some good tech, but they were not a very industrialized era. They had giant castles guarded by knights with old school knight aristocracy.
So they were just kind of like medieval era knights guarding their medieval castle, but they had like bolt pistols and stuff.
Yeah, it's Knights of the Round Table. They're one of the main group of the Dark Angels is the Inner Circle. And they have names like Azrael, Ezekiel, Belial, Samuel, you know.
Oh, shit. Those are biblical names. Okay. Lion, Murder Mogwai, Mowgli with Asperger's and a sword.
See why the Dark Angels would be so popular then, because I feel like that's such a popular aesthetic that if you really lean into it, you're gonna have a lot of like medieval times fans.
I mean, Space Marines in general are 40k or like sci-fi knights, you know?
Sure.
But like if you wanted to play as the sci-fi knights
Better
based
knights.
on knights, even more so.
Yeah,
these are the ones.
The sci-fi Space Marines that are based on like the Knights of the Round Table and Arthur and stuff like that. Then it's like, oh, okay, I get why these guys are so popular now.
Right. It's honestly a lot of the Space Marines in general are based pretty heavily on the Dark Angels because they are the first Legion, right?
Oh, I guess I didn't realize that. They were the first?
Well, they were the first to be found, so to speak, but they are their Legion number is 1. They are the first Legion.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
You know, the 8th is Night Lords, the 4th is the Iron Warriors, etc. They are the first.
Oh, I was unaware of that.
They're number 1, the Dark Angels, the first Legion.
Dark Angel number 1.
Look at you.
So the Knights, that is, they represent the most prominent organization on Caliban, known as the Order. And the lion was eventually found in a deep forest, so deep where the trees above basically blot out the sun for the most part. How the thick forest canopy, and in there led some of the most dangerous creatures on Caliban.
Imagine like going into the jungle, right? And you find, I know there was always the story of Tarzan, but imagine that Tarzan was 10 feet tall. Imagine there's a 10-foot tall Tarzan that is jacked out and 3 times as wide as you as well. Like that is scarier than finding Bigfoot.
And it was here he spent his youth.
It's a hell of a training ground. I mean, if you're gonna grow up to be a Primarch, that's one way to train yourself before yeah.
It wasn't quite sure how long he was down here. We assume maybe not more than 10 years, but he's a Primarch, so God knows how he grew up like that.
Yeah.
But he spent basically his entire childhood in these woods.
Wow. On a scale of 1 to Catachin, how brutal are these jungles that he's in?
I think Catachin is worse. Mm-hmm. But I think it's simply the fact that I think Catachin is worse, but Catachin has like actual industrial Imperial Guard stuff. These are dudes on horseback. So life is rough. It's really rough.
Still very bad, but for a different reason.
Yes, very bad, but like they're still both called death wounds.
Oh yeah.
The plants aren't trying to take over his brain, I guess.
A leaf doesn't fall on his head and brainwash him. Gotcha.
Right. So eventually he met with a group of the Order Knights. And among these knights was their hailing champion, a man named Luther.
Oh.
And during one of the expeditions...
Do we like Luther? Is he going to end up being a cool character, or is good old JONSON going to just rip his head off or something?
Hunting expeditions, they went and found him and kind of cornered him back to a tree. This feral man out somehow in the middle of these forests. A lot of the knights wanted to kill him because he's like, this is very dangerous. But Luther decided to go against that and instead attempt to take him in. Okay. And that's what he did. He brought him into the Order and taught him and the elders taught him English. Well, not English, to speak, basically.
Yeah, High Gothic.
Yeah, Low Gothic. he never, because he had never spoken before then.
Naturally.
Yeah, because he was Tarzan, basically.
Yeah.
So taught him to speak, taught him all kind of stuff. But of those years he spent in the forest, he would never recount. He would never talk about it. And if I'm not mistaken, never has.
Really?
Huh. Wow. I mean,
I would assume that would be a great book. Like that sounds like it'd be such a great book. Like having him recount his tales from there.
Not like he doesn't remember it. I'm just assuming it was so savage that he's just like, nope, fuck that. I'm forgetting that as soon as possible. He
doesn't want to talk about it.
Eat my ass. I'm not reliving that ever again in any way, shape, or form. Screw you.
So he was named by Luther Lion L. Johnson, which is meaning lion, son of the forest in the dialect, which the Calibanite dialect is Low Gothic. So he was assimilated into the group of the Order, basically. And among the Order, he was taught human ways, speak, understand culture, so on. And as we all know, Primarchs learn incredibly fast. He picked it all up really quick. Classic, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, he's a Primarch.
Oh, wait, I just saw it. He does have an inner monologue about it in his newest book, Lion, Son of the Forest. Oh, that's very cool.
Mark, we get it.
He rose really quick through the ranks, and of course he was a fierce warrior. And that is actually him you see right there.
Whoa!
As Grand Master of the Order.
Whoa, that armor is so dope. That's so much cooler than all the armor I've ever seen him in. Because usually it's just like that other picture Shy posted with like the white kind of robe with the green trim and everything, and it's like, oh, that's fine, that's cool. But that's like barbarian armor, and that's so much better.
I mean, his new armor.
His chest is a lion. It's a lion face.
But he is the lion.
Exactly. It's man, I really like that. Damn it.
All right. Well, he doesn't get to keep it, so it sucks.
Doesn't DK normally complain about things being on the nose, and then he's like screeching about how on the nose this is and loving it?
It's bullshit.
So, leading to the greatest heights, him and Luther called upon this grand crusade, the extermination of the great beasts of Caliban, so that this people may live in peace and without fear.
Okay.
And this was 10 years of this crusade. Each victory against the beasts brought in new recruits, as they put each beast's head on a pike plated around the walls of their fortress, and warriors of the Order started to care a hell of a lot more than just survival.
Wait, so if he kills all the beasts of this crusade, then it's no longer classified as a death world, no? Is this I don't know if they would have gone that deep into it, or if he succeeds, we'll find out. But that would be like one of the only times I've heard of a world's classification being changed if that happens. Which is kind of a cool thought.
They had a reason to fight. And this was great, but did come with a bit of a price, which was the Caliban Knights had a very harsh code of conduct, code of honor. Mm-hmm. And now all the aristocracy, the knights' ranks were being swelled with kind of regular folk.
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't really happy about that. Now, they wouldn't really speak out against the lion, but the traditions of Caliban were kind of being disseminated.
Right.
And this kind of weighed a bit hard on Luther. Luther was his brother, his protege. Not really a father figure, but more of an equal. Mm-hmm. And Luther was the greatest man in all of Caliban. And he was their strongest champion, one of their best scholars, just the best of everyone. And now all he does is play second fiddle to the lion.
You know, I'm getting a whole lot of red flags right about now. This is just...
Okay, I'm going to say this right now. Depending on how this plays out, could really make L. Johnson high up on my list. Depending on how he handles this, it could make him really, really likable for me.
Red flag after red flag after red flag. Luther is dying and or betraying the lion, isn't he?
I don't want to skip to the fun part now, do we?
Oh, I can't wait.
No. Go, please. I'll put down my red flags that I am waving en masse like an air traffic controller, and we'll get to it.
But the thing about the Lion is that often he would help lead these crusades himself. He was always in battle, always unafraid to speak his mind. He's like an unwavering gaze, whereas someone like Dorn, because the hardest part is like when you say quiet and brooding, you think of Dorn often, right?
Yeah.
But Dorn is blunt and a bit more simple in his stuff. Mm-hmm. The Lion is like, he kind of sits there surveying everything like an apex predator. He acts like a top predator the whole time. He's always has like eyes darting around or looking like dead into your soul, just kind of weighing everything up, and he just won't speak.
So he's just sort of methodically planning and not really brooding or anything. He's just always he's always on the ready.
He's always on the ready. The Lion is Doom Guy.
Ah, okay.
The Lion is basically Doom Guy. I do not know who I am. I do not know where I am. All I know is I must kill. The Lion is a feral apex predator taught to live as a man. And underneath all of that armor and underneath all of that beautiful hair is a feral murderer. He is all about killing.
So like when he broods, he's more like a snake just waiting to strike. Like it's kind of coiling.
My tail is going wild on my model. I'm sorry. I'm just all smiles. I'm getting more and more excited.
And it's just ready to just...
Like, without mercy, without fear. There was a knight order called the Knights of... I'm trying to remember their name. Lupus. And they rebelled against the new order that the Lion was going with. They even started training some of the beasts to use against him. And with this, he hunted them down to every last man. Every single person. They entered the castle, killed the beasts, and went through the castle into every chamber, into every lock, into every hidden passage, and slaughtered every single one of them. He would hear of none of this.
I mean, that Lion is efficient, if nothing else. That is...
I love him.
Is, ooh, boy.
Lion's job is to kill.
Yeah, so you really don't want to be on the Lion's bad side. Because you're probably not going to be there for long. It sounds like...
10 years of crusading against these beasts. 10 years of fighting. The Order became so powerful, they had their final full crusade as it was long and bloody. Hundreds of men dead for each monster of nests of monsters put to the torch.
Look, I know this makes me sound like, again, a psycho with the ones I end up liking between the Drakari and the Night Lords. But the point is, when you deal with this stuff, being a goody-goody and trying to be diplomatic gets you nowhere. This is how you handle these scenarios. If you are in his position, you take every problem out back and old yeller it. This is brilliant. I love him. I love him, and we're not even scratching the surface of him yet.
And many grew super tired of the endless slaughter, except for the Lion. Mercy has no place in war. To leave the task unfinished with any foe alive would be to waste the lives spent in pursuit. The only end allowed is total annihilation by any means necessary. They would ambush where the beasts came to feed, poison the pools where they drank, set ablaze the forest to have them run. Anyone who was frightened by the power and skill of the Lion or went against his order were killed to the last man.
Okay, so the Lion is Captain Genocide.
He's actually really good at the genocide, yeah. Yeah, he's really good at it.
I was gonna say, that sounds...
Russ is who you send when you want to send a message. The Lion is who you send when you want something to be erased. I'm literally adding his miniature to my throne as we speak. I am adding his miniature to my throne as we speak. I love him so much already.
Sounds like he just kills to the last person, regardless. He's Captain Genocide. His forte is just genocidal death cult.
So there's an interesting discussion between the lion Russ, right?
Mm-hmm.
Russ was often referred to as, was he referred to the Emperor's Executioner?
Yeah, I'm just fixing it right now.
Oh, you're the one that knows all the lore.
I don't know all the.
I never realized how much the lion kind of has Guts vibes, but with a less rugged look. I just think he's great. I mean, like, anybody who knows my stories of how I play, like, any RPG, like, or anybody who knows my stories of the online servers on Ark knows that this is exactly how I ran my tribe. I can't even tell the stories on YouTube because I feel like they'll get demonetized, but, like, the things that I did in Ark, literally, I love him. I love him.
Well, I'm actually
Does
a bit.
anybody?
I'm actually a little bit behind on my Rust lore, but I think they were called the Emperor's Executioners, but they felt like often sometimes more of like a big threat. It's like you point to Lehman Russ over here, and he's the gigantic wolf snarling his fucking teeth, and like, don't screw with me, or this is gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
But the lion is who you send when you want nobody to return. Like the lion.
Zid, what the heck? Thank you so much. Okay, I'm so excited. No. Thank you. It was up for like 2 seconds. It was up for like 2 seconds. I still have a guy didn't. I thought it would be a nice thing to keep up for debut. Oh my god, thank you. I am beyond excited. I again, there's so much more to learn. He hasn't even met the Emperor yet, and I love him. Like, we haven't even met the Emperor yet, and I fucking love him. Lions of Virtue is the Emperor's exterminator. There is no blood feud if you add the bloodline. Exactly! Gilliman model shows him leading his troop. Lion model shows him coming to kill you himself. Oh my god. He's just gonna sit on my shelf. Oh my god, I'm excited. It's the 40k one, because the 40k one's hot. I like him looking like Tyrion Lannister. It scratches a brain itch for me. All right. I'm sorry. Okay, going back. I'm going back. All right. Thank you again, Synth. I love you. Mwah! Thank you.
The lion is if the wolves are the executioners, the lion is the exterminator.
Whew. All right, lion. So the lion is indeed just a savage. Well, I don't know if savage is the right word, but
well,
he likes his job.
Yes, but he takes in a lot of the aspects of old knights. The difference is that he was one of those people who never much liked fanfare or accolades or any of the fanciness of it. He has a lot of pride. The issue is that sometimes it's like, oh, the lion doesn't care about frivolous things like pride and glory, but he's also like a knight, so he kind of does sometimes.
Yeah.
It kind of depends on how he's written, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're Dark Angels and your whole motif is a lot of medieval knights, then I mean, to some degree, you're gonna care about accolades and titles and stuff like that.
Sometimes he cares less about the actual fanciness of it. I think he cares more about the actions of what he does.
Yeah.
When Horus became War Master, I don't believe he even showed up. He was like, I'm too busy, and then he destroyed another world.
Yeah, I'm too busy genociding another planet, please.
Would you like to read this quote here?
Sure. Shai put a quote in the chat. It says, he would be the cold and inevitable destroyer. The doom that once unleashed could not be recalled, subverted, or delayed. Taught by the black depths of the forest of Caliban the value of cold, ruthless tenacity. Lionel Johnson was the first of all the Primarchs. War distilled into its rawest and most fundamental essence. Death that walked like a man. The galaxy would be forever changed by his return. Oof.
Am I just crazy, or like, why is he not the single most popular Primarch? He's so damn cool. Like he is like unadulteratedly cool. I guess I mean like Gilliman I understand, right? Because people do like tacticians, which is why I love Gilliman too. But this guy is just cool. He's just cool incarnate. He's just cool incarnate. Like he's just so damn neat.
I like to think that the Lion is often a lot like the most like the Emperor, in my opinion. I think that of any...
Because he's a dick. Every Primarch's a dick. It's just, what shade of dick are you? At least he's a hot dick. Come on.
Primarch, the one who is the closest to the Emperor is the Lion. Extremely cold, extremely methodical. The ends will always justify the means, no matter how disgusting and savage those means might be.
Yeah, no matter the cost, the ends always justify the means.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, boy, I did not realize how... I don't know if I want to say important Lion is, or how much his returning is like, whoa, that's a big deal, because he is scorched earth.
So, with that... I want you to take a look at his new mini and see if you kind of get it.
This is the one that Zinth just got me. I am so excited. I am so excited. It's gonna be so cool. I think I told you guys my idea. So one of the things I eventually want to get is like the crane game that I have on Throne. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my gray pile of shame that I'm already building from Warhammer, and any box that I haven't done yet is gonna go in there, and I'm gonna have to win it on the crane game. And I'm gonna make shorts out of those to see what I will paint next. Doesn't that sound like such a fun idea? I feel like it's such a unique type of content that people haven't done, and I think it'll be a lot of enjoyment. Dark Angels in Great Crusade had weapons that literally deleted you from time and space so hard that someone who shot a target would forget it who they were shot. Oh my god! That's so cool! They're so extra! Oh my god! They're so extra! Oh my god! I love it so much. Oh my god. They cast Rem on you. It's like, who is that? Oh my goodness. Okay. Continue again. Sorry.
See if I kind of get... I mean, yeah, I've seen his new mini. It is very dope, as he's walking along a skeleton.
Yeah. I think it's a fallen piece of tapestry, but
also, yeah, I saw that he's gonna be in Dawn of War 4, so now I'm even more excited because now I get to play with him.
Like, you think of the Lion now, his duty as the exterminator, the end of a planet, and the actual like. There will be no rest until every enemy of humanity is dead. And to enjoy accolades and fanfare and titles and medals before them is a waste of time. And you see him look like a Dark Souls boss, right? That with that
absolutely.
Face,
Yeah.
that determination, like, Gilliman is here. I'm here to like lead a group, and the Lion is, I'm going to kill you.
Oh, don't get me wrong. He's actually not my favorite. I just think he's really cool. My favorite, like anybody who is around for my Alpha Legion video will know Alfarius is not ever going to get topped. Alfarius is so damn cool and everything I love. It is impossible to top him, but I will say that there's a very, very strong chance right now that Lion's going to become my number 2. There's a very, very strong chance that he'll be my second favorite because, man, is he starting out strong for me. Starting out strong for me. Because Alpha Legion is just too good. Alpha Legion, is too good for me. Right now, we're gonna see where it goes, because the thing is, everybody tells me how he gets better in 40k. If I love him this much already in 30k pre-Emperor, I can't imagine where it's going to be by 40k. But he's already kind of on path to pass Kurz as my number 2. So like he's cool. He's really cool.
I mean, Lion, he's waking up, and he has plenty to do, because there are enemies of humanity everywhere. It is just, I mean, it's going to be an all-you-can-eat buffet for Mr. Lion, for Mr. L. Johnson.
There's a great quote by him that goes, "The measure of true glory is not to give battle in the bright noon of war, surrounded by brave comrades upon the field of victory, but to valiantly fight on alone in the darkness, with no hope of aid or even remembrance, and to spit defiance in midnight's eye."
I want you guys to think about this. If you like Griffith from Berserk, you like Fulgrim, right? And I made the joke saying that Ferrus Manus was a great parallel to Guts. Fuck everything I said about that. If you like Guts, then Lion's your guy. Like, literally, this is exactly, it's Doom Guy or Guts, like he said. It's incredible.
Wow, what a badass.
He's certainly an interesting guy. To him, honor and glory comes from the amount of races he's genocided. Apparently.
Yeah, boy, that's boy. He's I would not want to see Lionel Johnson coming at me.
Literally, if you took Tyrion Lannister and combined him with Guts, you have the Lion, which is one of the most terrifying combinations I could ever think of.
As an opponent, though, like, I don't want any part of that. I would run as far as I could. It probably wouldn't even matter, because he's Captain Genocide. He'd find me wherever I went.
That's kind of the vibe, is that the Lion is the point at a problem and have it be done. He's the end all be all. It's like, all right, once he's there, it's like just you might as well give up. And even if you do give up, it doesn't matter, because he'll kill you anyway.
Yeah, he'll find you, and oof,
you know what?
Every hidden passage.
Real. You're so real for that girlfriend.
Everything.
Oh my god.
And then when he returned after doing that,
Bestie doesn't show mercy. That's what I love to see.
Heaps and heaps of praise was thrown upon him by the members of the Order.
Actually, speaking of that, gonna derail for a second. This reminds me, so we just finished Breaking Bad, right? Yura and I just finished Breaking Bad for the first time, watched the last episode last night, and what Walt does at one point is exactly what I want to hear that the Lion does with this, which I'm so happy to know that he does, is the Jack literally is like, "You want your money, right? Well, if you want your money, you're gonna have," and he starts trying to survive because he's a bullet in him already, and he's waiting for Walt to show him mercy so he could show him the money. Before he even finishes the sentence, Walt just puts a bullet right into his brain, and I'm just like, yes, thank you. All these people are liars. Anybody on their deathbed will say anything to you. Anybody in fiction, in games, in movies, anytime someone goes, "Hey, I'll turn over a new leaf. Hey, I'll surrender. Hey, whatever you say," they'll do anything they can to survive. Do not show mercy. You do not show mercy.
Oh, I'm sure he loved that.
Well, the particular Luther was very happy with him, but competed with him often for honor and victory as equals.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he had eclipsed him so far past. He rules all of Caliban. And while Luther is happy for him, he's got a twinge of jealousy. Luther was the greatest man Caliban would have ever seen, and he was born in the same time as the Lion.
Oh, man.
That sucks. That sucks, Chief. Too bad. So sad. Get
man
fucked.
On the planet that's not a Primarch.
So after this came the arrival of the Emperor. He brought in 500 members of the Astartes down from his spacecraft. The Lion dueled the first captain of these and found his entire, I guess, Astartes Legion to be took their measure, gained respect. And they, if you don't tell, they have kind of a black power armor in the pre-heresy photos.
I'm actually not sure I've seen too many pre-heresy Dark Angels pictures. I've seen the post-heresy.
So the Emperor sent 500 of the people who already have the gene seed of JONSON. They sent his kids after him to measure his strength. That's wild. That is a wild way to test the waters.
See ones where they got like the flowing white robes and everything, and it's kind of green.
Pre-heresy has like a bit of a black color. Often it's described as a green so dark it's mistaken as black. But it's basically black and red.
That's really cool.
That's kind of cool, actually.
That's really
so
cool.
Dark that's mistaken for
really
black.
cool.
I like that.
Yeah, and so based on old Calibanite myth, it was, and the angels of darkness descended on pinions of fire and light, the great and terrible dark angels. An old fable.
Ooh.
Hence the name, the Dark Angels.
The Dark Angels, yeah. Ooh, I like that. That's a hell of a descriptor. That's a hell of a way to describe your faction.
So with this came the slow degradation of the Knights of Caliban, and Caliban in its own
Oh, Lion wanted to test the Marines, not the other way around? Well, that makes him even cooler.
right. There was a lot of...
Oh, God, why does it go so fast? Holy shit, I was holding down spacebar. I'm sorry.
So with this came the slow degradation of the Knights of Caliban, and Caliban in its own right. There was a lot of indecision among the ranks, but at this point, Space Marines were not individual knights. They were not houses and all that stuff. They were unity, full unity as brothers. So all of the Knights of Caliban had to be disseminated under one banner, breaking away the tradition that they had.
Yeah.
Caliban itself was also in need of...
Oh, you know what? No. Thank you for actually saying that, Sark, because I realized I made a complete mistake of who I was saying. I didn't mean Tyrion. I meant Tywin. I keep on saying Tyrion. And I'm sure somebody in the comments will catch me on that one, where they're like, "You think Tyrion was hot?" Tywin, the father of the father of the Lannisters, the older guy, him and Guts, not Tyrion. I'm sorry, that was a total faux pas on my part. Thank you for that. Unintentionally made up. It was a Freudian slip, but that's that's better for me to correct now. But yeah, no, he's Tywin Lannister mixed with Guts. Yeah, no. Big difference. I know. First off, Tyrion is hot. Tyrion's not my cup of tea. He's a very good-looking man, but I think Tywin is more to my taste, which is kind of why I was saying that I think that Lionel Johnson is hot, because it's the aesthetic of the older guy that just looks really good, you know? I have heard Tyrion described as many things but handsome. Actually, whatever floats your boat, go off, queen. No, Tyrion's not a bad-looking guy. But Tywin is who I was talking about. I was hoping she'd catch it. Yeah, no one corrected me until just now. No one corrected me until just now. Sure. No. That's not what I'm saying. Short guy, cringe, old guy, hot. No. If you look at the lion model, it looks like Tywin Lannister. I have been saying Tyrion for a while without thinking about it. I have not watched Game of Thrones in like 6 years, but it's Tywin Lannister incarnate, basically. No fair, he's guilty as fuck. Oh my god. You're right, you never corrected me.
I forgot you.
I kept on saying Tyrion and not Tywin. Yeah, why do they all have to have the letter T?
George R. Martin.
And you're in the background, she's like, George R. Martin! Oh my god. Alright. That was funny. That was funny. You can have your own opinions. Oh, I know. I'm more so just having fun talking about this. I'm not bothered by anything in regards to this at all. I think that Tyrion, what's the actor's name? Why am I blanking on his name? But no, the actor who plays Tyrion is incredible. He's just not my preference of attraction, right? I'm not even typically attracted to men. I just think Tywin's a good looking guy. That's all. That's all I'm trying to say. Did you know Tywin was meant to be an M? All right, we're going back to the video. Peter Dinklage, yes. Peter Dinklage is incredible. An amazing, amazing actor. He made Game of Thrones. Tywin just happens to be more to my preference. That's all. That's all. All right. Stop spitting out your drink, War Boss. We're going back. My face is red. Nicolas Cage.
Army. And within an unimaginable amount of time, like super quickly, the entire...
No, I didn't slip again. I was asking the name of Peter Dinklage. I wanted to know Tyrion's name because I was saying he's still a great, incredible actor, but I really like Tywin. That's what I was implying. But I like to know Charles Dance as well. All right. Anyway. Oh my God. Can we get back to me fangirling over Lionel Johnson? Can we get back to the Dark Angels? Can we go back to...
Entire forest world of Caliban was retrofitted into factories and production mines, from a lush green world of castles to refineries, mines, and workshops.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It is.
That sucks. Well, I mean, it was a death world, so, you know, if some world has to be, you know, torn down and turned into an industrial war zone, there's worse, you know. Now it's at least not a death jungle.
It is not a death world anymore in that sense.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Air quotes.
Good in that sense, but he had already exterminated most of the beasts anyway, so...
That's true. They were genociding the beasts left and right, so, yeah.
So, then began the process to create Astartes. Gene seed for some, but some who were a little bit too old would not be able to get the gene seed and were needed to be modified, biology... grafting, all kinds of invasive surgeries like that.
Like Lucian.
They did the same thing to Cor Ferron, Lorgar's abusive father.
Oh, fuck him.
Yeah, he's the worst. Luther also got this treatment of being kind of buffed up in that way,
I said Lucian.
but not at the height of an Astartes. So now Luther is surrounded by men that were...
Oh my God. Dude, this guy's story is the cuckening. Like, Luther is literally the story of the ultimate cuck. He was going to be the greatest, ends up being number 2, and now he's subpar. This is this guy. Oh my God. This poor guy. This poor guy.
Or his squires and lower level knights, now far stronger than he could ever be, because they were full Astartes now.
I was gonna say that is just gotta add a. That's gotta be such a
fun fact. Gilly's very insecure with me the Lion, understandably so. Oh my God, bro peaked. Yeah, this guy peaked. I feel so bad. Oh my God, it's literally Luther the cuckening.
Bitter pill for him to swallow because he was already getting jealous of the Lion, and then it's like, oh, by the way. Not only are you not as strong as the Lion, now you...
I'm sorry for pausing again. Lurk just wrote a freaking zinger. Do you think they could give him a chair implant? Everybody else is getting the gene seed. He can get a chair implant. Oh my God. His story is like if Alexander the Great got one up by Jesus. Okay, I'm sorry.
You're not as strong as the squires and the people that you used to dominate. And ooh, that's got to be just a knife twisting in his side and just. Ugh.
It keeps building.
It just doesn't get better for old Luther, does it?
So other Primarchs often saw the Lion as dour, always in a dark mood, and couldn't care at all about the opinions of others. But to
wow,
him,
they thought Captain Genocide was dour, huh? No way.
I'm enjoying the fact that he's Captain Genocide.
He is absolutely Captain Genocide.
I mean, look at that! Look at that face! Look at that jawline! Like you can see it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But to him, the war against monsters did not end on Caliban. His job was simple: to kill. The enemies of humanity must die.
Yep. I mean, like we said, what else would you use him for? Like, we've dubbed him Captain Genocide. What else are you gonna have him do? Point him at a problem and solve it.
You know, I've always told you that the lion is kind of an asshole.
No.
Yes.
You kind of getting it now a little bit?
Yeah, I'm definitely getting it now. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah.
And you understand why he was also like, oh no, Kurz is on your homeworld, Gilliman. I'm gonna nuke it. You what?
I totally get that now. That is so on brand for the lion. It is just, yeah. I totally understand now.
So he took out and grabbed his sons and brought them into the fold to bring in his entire...
Oh my god, I don't think I could show this to you guys. Oh my god. Yura, can you come here for a second? I know this is actually this is in recording and this will be in a video on YouTube or whatever. I can't show you guys. I just need Yura to react to this. My merch design just came back.
Ooh.
It is unbelievable. Like,
Dang,
unbelievable.
that's sick.
And then it says it here.
Oh, that's perfect.
It is
Even better than I
perfection.
thought.
It is perfection. Oh my god. I have to decide which one I want. Which is terrifying, and I don't know. Wait, Yura. Do I want this one? Right? And so this is the back.
Mm-hmm.
This is the front, which is still really good.
Right.
Or do I want this one?
I kind of think the other one pops more.
I think number one.
Yeah, I think it pops more.
Like they're actually perfection.
Yeah. All right, back to packing.
Hang on. Oh my, sneak peek. I can ask, but I don't know if I'm allowed to. I know my merch rep's gonna say no. I'm excited. I am excited. You guys are gonna love this because I want you to know something. So this is for the merch I'm talking about right now is for debut, and this quite literally is influenced partially by this community. It's like, even though the YouTube audience is newer than my Twitch, something about what we've talked about here, I let influence my merch line for debut, and oh my god, I'm so excited. Holy crap. All right, while I wait for a response from my rep, which again we have to assume that I'm not allowed to show a sneak peek, but we'll see. Look, it's coming out Friday. Like, it's coming out Friday, so you got nothing to worry about. Because it's gonna be for debut, but man, am I excited! It's a good day. I've discovered how much I love Lionel Johnson. I've got merch coming that's gonna be amazing. I'm just happy. Okay, it's just good times. So we'll see. And she just can't hide it. Nah, I can't. It's just look. It's a good day. It's a good day. Can't I just have good day? Oh man. All right. I'm sorry for making people wait. If I get the okay to show, then I will show. And I'll pause again and annoy you guys with that. Otherwise, we'll just continue with the video. All right. So thank you guys for being patient with me. All right, here we go.
Dark Angels together because they were out fighting other wars and stuff.
Yeah.
And in a few short years, he gathered like 100,000 warriors and led them to this stronghold.
All right, pausing. I've got the permission. Okay, hang on. Oh, I'm hyped. Okay. No, I had to wait for permission, that's why. Okay. I'm going to show you guys the front first. I'm only going to show you one piece. I'm just going to show you guys the hoodie. Okay, so here's the hoodie. Oh god, it's so big. There's the hoodie. All right. Pretty good. And then let me show you the back. The back is insane. Look at that. How great is this? Right. The One Piece is real. I'm hyped. I am so hyped. And low key, if you guys want to know what the kanji says, you guys can Google search that yourselves. It's a very I'll put it this way: the theme and what I have written underneath it in the kanji is very, very Drakari coded. It's very Drakari coded. All right, back to the video. All right, anyway, back to the video. Sorry for everybody who just wanted to enjoy stuff about the lion.
On Gromire, I think is what it's called. Basically where they all originally convened. Mm-hmm. And with that, he dueled with the champions of the Councils of the Masters. And after the final duel, an hour-long duel, he accepted the title of Grandmaster of the First Legion. The six
let's back up, because I definitely did miss stuff during that whole ordeal. And I apologize for that, guys. I do. So let's go back to this, because that definitely screwed with everything. I apologize. I apologize. I was just very excited about that. I know that annoys some people, but thank you for putting up with me.
I totally understand now.
So he took out and grabbed his sons and brought them into the fold to bring in his entire Dark Angels together, because they were out fighting other wars and stuff.
Yeah.
And in a few short years, he gathered like 100,000 warriors and led them to this stronghold on Gromire, I think is what it's called. Basically where they all originally convened. Mm-hmm. And with that, he dueled with the champions of the Councils of the Masters.
Ooh.
And after the final duel, an hour-long duel, he accepted the title of Grandmaster of the First Legion, the Six Wings of Hexagrammaton, and the High Preceptor of the Order Militant.
Damn!
The idea is that he wanted to consolidate every single major position in the Legion to then consolidate it under a single banner and assimilate it.
Okay.
I love it.
The Wings of the Hexagrammaton is something we'll talk about in the Dark Angels dedicated episode. But you'll often hear about things called the Raven Wing and the Death Wing. There are 6 wings of his warfare, basically.
Oh, don't biblically accurate angels have 6 wings?
If that's true, then wow, that's something I never thought of. Yeah, sure.
I might be wrong. I might just be thinking of some dumb thing I saw in an anime or something once. So don't quote me on that.
Oh my god, my kid.
Well, if you're gonna kill God, anime is the way to do it.
JRPGs are the way to do it. If you want to kill God, you go play yourself some like Xenogears or something, because you are on a trip.
But the different wings, like Raven Wing, are black. Armored, really fast speeders and jet bikes. The Death Wing are bone colored, like the inner circle, the ones that know the most. Mm-hmm. That kind of stuff.
So, Shai, was I right? That's a picture of a biblically accurate angel? The sort of nightmare fuel of eyes and burning circles. He's got 6 wings. I was right.
He's so proud of himself.
God. It does happen.
So he swore an oath. We are the angels of darkness. For us,
did you check the kanji?
No end but war and death. We shall not walk in the golden halls of mankind's future, but stand resolute in the shadows beyond. While we yet draw breath, this Imperium will not fall, and we will not know defeat. For I pledge every warrior, every drop of blood in the Legion, in the name of victory, no matter the cost.
Wow. The Dark Angels are so extra. In a good way. But wow, they are so, and they just, woof. I would not, now I'm just like, man, like, it's never great when you have to face off against like Space Marines. But I'm just like, man, I would really not want to face off against the Dark Angels. No part of me would want to see the Dark Angels coming at me in like a war scenario. It just seems like the worst.
As far as loyalist, yeah.
Yeah, he was. I don't know. It's he's got this definite kind of thing where the Dark Angels are supposed to be like the pure ones for the Emperor, like pure of cause, pure of mind, always there and fiercely loyal. Which is why they're the ones you can call behind or call on in the back, and often have that weird kind of KGB vibe to them. See, there's an interesting thing about the Lion. There's a book excerpt that says he was always been guarded with his humors. Those few who knew him took it as a mistakenly believed it to be like that of his character brother Dorn, but that was to mistake circumspection for obduracy and aloofness for indifference. He demanded much and gave but little, yet in his heart...
I just looked up the kanji. Hold up. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
He loved all of his sons as both a lord and a father. His pride in their deeds was surpassed only by the demand he placed on those deeds being exceeded. He had overseen the extermination of countless billions. Such was his duty, his special place within the pantheon of warlike avatars who served their father's ambitions. And though he took no joy from it, nor did he question its justice, his brothers thought him unquestionably ruthless, and they were right. They believed that he would expend any resource, even the lives of his own son.
Exactly. I mean, look. The point is you need to be ruthless. I stand by that. Like that is how you end up being feared, right? Like the goal in his position, he doesn't need to be loved. He wants to be feared.
To prosecute the Imperium's wars,
or
and
respected,
they were right.
Rather.
They said that he had not shed a single tear at such losses, even at the annihilation of the Rongda, had seen his legion's strength struck in half. And again, they were right. They thought these as criticisms.
Oof.
But they were not.
They were not. Oof. During that whole thing, I was just like, man, Khorne would love the Lion.
I don't know. I think he's a little too secretive for that.
Maybe.
He's certainly also I believe he doesn't take any joy in the murder. It's more the
okay. See,
he's not like angry.
Lion was found halfway through the crusade, but at one point later it said Lion had taken as many worlds as any two of his brothers. Damn.
We're having fun.
Got you. That's fair. That's fair.
So with the rest of this comes a couple of key moments. There's like I said, a million battles in the heresy and the like. But the one that's the most important I want to discuss is Sarash. So Sarash was a major fight during the Great Crusade that had them dealing with a very specific group of secretly chaos-worshipping people called the Saroshi. They were originally going to be Imperial compliant, but ended up realizing that the Imperium wanted to be atheist. And they believe that to be an expression of pure evil and their anti-religious stance to be terrible. Yet, without knowing, they were actually worshipping chaos gods. They met with the Lion, their leader, and they renounced the Lion and said, "You are terrible and awful, and the Emperor is a creature of falsehood." In which, naturally, the Lion took the man and was like, "Enjoy being in multiple pieces."
I was gonna say,
cleaved him.
Of all the people, like that guy knows who the Lion is too, right? Like they're not unaware of what the Lion does and what the Dark Angels do, right? How in God's name would you say that to? What did you think was gonna happen?
I love this.
It was more. It was more of a
genocide.
It was more of a like spit in your face kind of reason. I think he knew what was going to happen to him.
Oh, he knew he knew he was gonna die. He knew he was gonna get cut into like 87 billion pieces, and okay.
He assumed so. He was on the Lion's flagship.
Okay.
Not to mention, oh yeah, that's right. You know the Lion's flagship is called the Invincible Reason.
Very fitting. Very, very
I
fitting.
love it.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So what was interesting is that Luther and another librarian were in the embarkation deck, and Luther decided to investigate the shuttle that he came in on. And when he came back from the shuttle, his face was white. And he told the librarian and everyone else to leave.
Uh-oh.
And eventually, upon more investigation, the librarian guy came back and poked us something was terribly wrong. And Luther had found out that inside it was actually an atomic weapon, like a nuke.
Oh, that's no good.
And so the Soroshi were intent on assassinating the entire Dark Angels hierarchy, including the Primarch.
Oh.
And the librarian was asking why the hell did he not...
I cannot wait. I cannot wait. The second they said there's a nuke that they want to use on Lionel Johnson, I'm all giggles because I just cannot wait to see his response, because I know his response is going to be tenfold.
I'll tell of this earlier. And Luther was thinking to himself, I could just say nothing. I could just leave. And if I just left, it would be me at the head.
Yep. Oh, no. So Luther was trying to betray. He was just gonna, whatever, I'll just leave it. Luther
would
die.
not have a good
Let him get
existence after
nuked.
this.
Oh, man. Luther.
Well, he changed his mind. He had these thoughts in his head, and he was like, oh, God, no. This is... Wait, what am I doing? What am I thinking? Like, this is not worth any of this. And so eventually he came around and jettisoned the nuke into space.
Oh, okay. But the cracks are forming in the armor. The cracks are forming.
Yep.
He was thinking about it.
The cracks are forming heavily. He was considering it, had his hand over the trigger, and just kind of said, no, this isn't who I am. This is wrong.
I mean, you should throw the
Not
nuke
who
back
you
at the
are.
people who wanted to use it on you.
And in response, so this is one part I wasn't quite sure about, if the lion found out about this and the next action he had was in response, or if this was just the next thing he did in general, which added to the problem. I'm not sure which one it is. But after that, Luther and a large contingent of Astartes were sent back to Caliban to oversee recruitment of new Astartes.
Okay.
That they were in dire need of new recruits, and experienced warriors were needed to speed up the training process.
Okay.
What this in reality was basically exile.
I was going to say, it's kind of like maybe the lion either knew about what happened, had his own little suspicions, and he was like, I need to get Luther as far away from me as possible. Like, I need to get him away from, like, important ship and me, because I don't trust this guy. Like, he's showing some cracks.
And it didn't make much sense, too, because if the Dark Angels so badly needed warriors, why are they taking warriors off the front line? Training people is for seers and elderly warriors, you know?
Yeah, you don't take one of your top lieutenants, you'd be like, oh yeah, go back home and train soldiers. It's like, that seems like a waste, right?
Pretty much. And so that's why the intentions of it became kind of clear.
Mm-hmm.
So this began a brooding distrust and hatred from Luther and the people who had been sent out into exile. Just in time for a certain...
At this point, I don't think Luther understands that what just happened to him is an act of mercy from someone like the Lion. Like, and again, this will be a lesson learned. I'm sure this will be a lesson learned, because you do an act of mercy, and it bites you in the butt. But realistically, Luther is not going to understand that this is the only thing that kept him from not having his face crushed in the hand of a Primarch.
Heresy by a man named Horus.
Okay, Luther. All right.
So the main thing, the gambit that Horus had to play, was the fact that the Dark Angels and the Lion in particular would never be swayed.
Oh, no.
He was not going. No way, no how.
Yeah, probably not. But Luther...
Oh, no. Nothing with the Luther thing.
Oh, okay.
It was more just, okay, the Dark Angels are enormous. They have a gigantic overall contingency of people. So Lorgar, you and Angron are going to beat the shit out of Gilliman and go to Calth and do all these kinds of stuff. And I'm going to send a lion to the fringes of space to do campaigns far away from everything.
Good call, Horace. That's smart.
And what a little bitch
and
tactic.
then at that point is somewhere around the time when Horus eventually revealed himself as traitor, along with the Death Guard, World Eaters, Word Bearers.
Yeah,
I forget the. It was a certain amount, and then there was the ones that revealed themselves as traitor on Isfahan.
Yeah, gotcha.
So, humorously, during this big fight way back out there, he actually met with Perturabo to discuss about the traitorous issues going on.
Yeah.
And during this fight, dealing with some of the people in the fringes of space, he had actually, Lion, had gained a bunch of siege weaponry.
Okay.
From the whole thing, and they were discussing deliberations of what's the most important type of thing. And they had a discussion, and it goes, excellent, Johnson said. In that case, they made an agreement. In that case, you're welcome to take possession of the Ordnance siege guns at your convenience. On one condition, of course. The Primarch raised a thin eyebrow. Oh? And Johnson gave his guest a sly grin. You must promise me they'll be put to good use on Isfahan. Perturabo, Primarch of the Iron Warriors, smiled, his eyes gleaming like polished iron. Oh yes, he said. Of that you may be assured.
Nice. Very, very on brand for. I like that. That is a funny.
Obviously,
it fits the character, and it's actually pretty hilarious. Yeah.
It's because Isfahan 5 Drop Site Massacre was the attempt to destroy Horus.
Yeah.
And of course, that's what they realized they turned traitor and destroy so many of the legions. And
yeah, it's a bit of oof.
Stop shooting, says the word bearers. You're hitting our troops. Lol.
No, I don't think I will.
Have faith, word bearer. We're all bleeding today. Click.
Boom.
Gotta love the Iron Warriors.
Mm-hmm. Love them.
So we talked a bit about this in prior.
Yeah, no, that's a totally valid thing. That's hubris getting the better of him, right? If he gave the weapons to Purdy in support for him to be the next War Master, then that absolutely is because of hubris.
Our Primarch episodes. After this, the Lion, Gilliman, and Sanguinius are kind of cut off from the wider Imperium due to the Ruin Storm created by Erebus and Lorgar, the giant warp storm blocking travel. Mm-hmm. They create a Imperial Secundus, a secondary Imperium at the time, with Sanguinius as acting Emperor. Mm-hmm. And during this time, the Dark Angels absolutely body the Night Lords. Just slaughter them wholesale. Because if there's one thing Night Lords are good at, it's losing.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I mean, to be fair, though, it sounds like against the Dark Angels, not too many people would have a chance.
I mean, the Night Lords have no support of the Primarch.
Like one of those factions where, like, if you're trying to 1v1 them, it's not really a 1v1, you're probably going to get bodied. It doesn't matter if you're a Night Lord or maybe the Ultramarines, just because, they always have to win, but yeah.
Yeah, but the Thramis Crusade was the thing, and the Night Lords got just annihilated by the Dark Angels, as they were also mainly there to try to stop the Lion, from dealing with everything. Mm-hmm. The two of them actually, Kurz and the Lion, tried to parlay a little bit to discuss what's going on and everything, and...
No, I know Conrad was there, but I know Conrad actively hated his Legion. Is what I meant, right? Like there's no moral support from Daddy Kurz, It's not like a lot of the other Primarchs where at least they lead their Legion. Like I thought it was that Conrad's the only Primarch who actively hated his. No, I know he's alive. I'm not saying he was dead. I just know he actively hated his Legion. That's what I'm saying. That everything we've learned so far implied that he hated the Legion. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about they have no support from their Primarch as in that he's dead already. I'm talking about the fact that Conrad isn't making strategic decisions to help his boys out. That's what I'm saying. In that case, yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was trying to say they had no support from their Primarch because their Primarch didn't like them. See, I know what I'm talking about. A little bit. Yeah, exactly. Conrad, my Legion is losing. Oh no, anyway.
The Kurz almost kills him, shockingly enough.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He almost strangles him to death.
Whoa.
During their fight. Which, I mean, the man can see the future, so that certainly gives him a bit of a tactical advantage.
Yeah, a bit of an edge, sure. That's fair, yeah.
So as he was about to kill him with that, a Dark Angel's honor guardsman rammed his sword through Kurz's back to get him off of him.
Should have seen that coming, Kurz.
Should have, but he was, he's also crazy.
He is. That is true. He is out of his mind, batshit insane. Yep.
And so for the next 3 months came a point where after Kurz was healed, him, Sevatar, and his Atramentar Terminators boarded the Invincible Reason, and started slaughtering the Dark Angels, resulting in the death of all but only 12 of the Terminators. Sevatar being of the Night Lord's Terminators, that is. Because, again, they're great at losing.
Yeah.
Sevatar being captured and imprisoned, and Kurz fleeing Lionel Johnson and playing Among Us for the next multiple months.
Oh, that's when the Among Us game starts. Gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
He's just hiding in the ship.
Was evading the Lion on his own flagship for months, wreaking terror in the vents and attacking the mortal crew.
He's venting.
He's such a fucking
He
dick.
eventually escaped with Sevatar and the various other Night Lords and made his way down to Macragge, if I'm not mistaken, and then that's where the oh my god, I'm gonna nuke the nukers. Like, please don't.
No, just let me do it. It's fine. I've genocided smaller planets. Don't worry about it.
Kurz, I think is really fun.
So then you had the trial of Comrade Kurz, which we talked about.
I just love the fact that like two of my favorites now, at least from what I've seen, with the Lion becoming one of my favorites. The fact that there's such a great dynamic between him and Kurz, because I love Kurz as well. So I think this is fantastic.
Sanguinius episode a lot. That whole shtick, he gets exiled from the Imperial Secundus because of this whole thing. He comes back and he's like, wait, don't kill Kurz, because if Kurz is alive, then that means, and he says that the Emperor sent an assassin to kill him, and that means the Emperor's still alive. And et cetera, et cetera. That was, all lots of 40 million books written on this stuff, but the important stuff arrives after this, which is the Lion arrives at the Siege of Terra too late. The Emperor has been mortally wounded and placed on the Golden Throne. Horus is dead. Sanguinius is dead. The Schraders are being routed, etc., so on.
Yep.
And Lionel Johnson, then completely racked with grief at his inability to prevent the fall of the Emperor, returns to Caliban and is immediately bombarded from the surface.
Jeez. Alrighty. Oh no. Poor Lion. I mean, because seeing what happened on Terra's got to be just the biggest disappointing failure of his life. Is everything he stands for he failed to do. And then he comes back.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't really have much to say on this part because we've gone over this part in like 3 or 4 episodes so far. I think we learned about this part in the Gilliman episode, in the Sanguinius episode, and in the Conrad Kurz episode. So I know this part pretty inside and out. So I don't have a lot to say as far as like interjection or questions about it because we've talked about this particular section so much. Right? In fact, this was the only bit of information I had of the Lion before watching today's video, because we had talked about it so much that I'm like, oh, Lion wanted to nuke Macragge and was upsetting spaghetti at Conrad Kurz.
And just oh.
It was also a very unglorious way. He wasn't able to get there because he failed in battle. He wasn't able to get there because he was delayed, kept at bay, and then cut off by a giant warp storm. There's no justice in losing because you couldn't even make it to the finish line.
Yeah.
It's really demoralizing for someone like him.
Yeah, he got a DNF in that race. That's unfortunate.
So when he had returned to Caliban and the planet's orbital defenses started firing upon him, he had found out that Luther, with the council, had decided to go along with Horus to betray the Imperium and secede from the Emperor and the Lion, all the while under the corruption of chaos.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Oh no.
Chaos corrupted Luther.
Yeah, which
Womp, womp.
Was there a specific chaos, or is it just chaos in general corrupted
Undivided.
him because just okay, yeah.
That, furious with this, the Lion then began bombarding Caliban from orbit, blowing the damn place to smithereens, and arriving down to fight Luther while still bombarding the planet, mind you.
He went down to the planet.
Just not where he's at. Not where he's at.
Gotcha. I was like, wow, that is. He takes his genocide very seriously.
Absolutely.
Luther now was a Chaos champion, fully elevated to the strength of a Primarch through the gifts of the Chaos gods, much like Horus.
Yeah, I mean, smart move by Chaos, because if you pump him up with Chaos juice, there's a chance you get rid of the Lion.
It is. And then they have a final massive battle. Luther and the Lion had their final duel. Caliban was under siege and fire with the planet heaving and cracking. And the duel...
I will say this, before we even get into the duel. There's something about the Warhammer universe that really likes these duels between two Primarchs and stuff like that. And I think it's like the male power fantasy thing, because like there's the honor involved in this epic battle, blah, blah, blah. I really think it would be so satisfying if they did a lot of build up to like this monumentous battle between like the two of them. And the Lion literally just goes up to him, puts his hand on his face, and it crushes it in the first second, and then walks away. I don't want this drawn-out battle of swords and honor. I want to see him go in, just absolutely decimate him in the most overpowered manner, piss on his corpse, and then walk away, chuckling to himself that this guy thought he mattered. That's all I want. That's all I want. I don't want it for every fight. I do think having the honor-bound duels more often is good, but having a one-off where somebody just comes in and just completely dumpsters this big opposing like enemy, right? Like just like it's hyped up for a whole book that this guy is gonna decimate you or put you up. It's gonna be this great, really tough battle. Oh my god, blah blah blah. And then the protagonist just goes, nah. Even if it was the antagonist, just nah. That's all I want to see. It's a guy that I can tell. They're both knights. I understand they're both knights, but I don't really think that Lionel Johnson gives a flying F about the conduct code of honor. He literally is willing to nuke a planet to get his point across. If you're willing to nuke a planet like McCrag for the sake of getting your spite off on somebody, then I don't really put it past you putting a bolter up to this man's head and saying, hasta la vista, baby. I don't really, yoink your face. Then there'd be no point to the buildup. No, there would be point to the buildup if it doesn't happen all the time. There'd be point to the buildup if it doesn't happen all the time. Because if you typically follow the normal fashion of build up duel, it's the same thing every time. Like, the outcome of a lot of these things, right? Like, in most circumstances, it's gonna build up, and then there's gonna be this epic finale, blah, blah, blah. And that's great, but I want to see one story where it does the build up, and instead of getting this really intense, long, drawn-out battle, you have a flash in the pan experience of insane, ridiculous, over-the-top power, and just go, nah. Wait for the Arcs of Omen, the Lion. 40k without epic battles, what's the point? I'm not saying to go without, you guys, You guys really are like peak internet right now. You guys understand I'm not saying this for every single conflict. I'm saying for a one-off, it would be really satisfying to have that happen. I'm not saying this to happen in every story. I am merely saying is that every story we've heard between Primarch battles is always the exact same formula. That's all I'm saying. I understand you guys like it. That was all I was saying, is that I would think it'd be really funny if if somebody snaps their fingers and a beam comes down from orbit and obliterates the other person. It would be funny, it would be interesting, and it would be a nice twist. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to agree with me. I'm not saying that my opinion here is correct. I'm just merely saying I think that it would be really entertaining if they have this juiced out on chaos champion and the lion just kills him. I think that would be funny. The lion's not that powerful. Yeah, but it would still be kind of cool. Still be kind of cool.
Ended with Luther launching, with the power of all of his chaos juice, a massive psychic attack that mortally wounded Lionel Johnson.
You'd love Aaron Dembski Bowden's writing. In the Night Lord's Omnibus, he gives guys pages of buildup and get instantly marked. Thank you! See, I want to read that now. That immediately is now in my list of books I want to read.
And pretty much knocked him out.
Really?
Ooh.
Really?
Right after that, he had lost the grip that Chaos had on his body. And
oh, no.
Luther just started going completely mad. Unwilling to fight anymore, mad ramblings, confusion, all this kind of stuff. And the powers of Chaos that had buffed him were furious that once again, another one of their pawns had failed to kill the Emperor's Chosen. The idea is that...
See, like, you guys give me crap about what I want, and this ends up being bad writing. You guys give me crap about what I would have wanted, and you get bad writing instead. Is this what you wanted? Look into the screen. This is what you get. You get bad writing because you didn't like my idea. Perturabo does that to Demon Angron rather than fighting him when Angron challenges and charges him. Instead, he makes an enormous gun line and fight. See, I like that. I like that. Thank you, Admiral. Yeah, all right. Get your bad writing. You guys deserve it.
The veil of deceit had been removed from his eyes. And the enraged Chaos Gods then sent a warp storm over to this planet that was already heaving under the strain, in which then it cracked and broke and shattered into itty-bitty little pieces, with the monastery the Order was in, and he was on, breaking apart into a giant chunk. And all of the heretical Dark Angels that had joined Luther, including the Lion himself, were sucked into the warp.
Oh, boy, that's no good.
Shortly afterwards, they were the Lion was spit back out of the warp in a complete coma.
So the warp just spit him back out?
Yeah, it had like a hairball, you know? It was like, look at that hair he's got, you know, he's a lion. He's in his little coma, a sleepity sleep, and he's grabbed by the various members of the Dark Angels, who now have their floating fortress known as The Rock. The piece of Caliban that was detached during the destruction of the planet, and now serves as their moving base, which we had as our main spot in the Vash Store book.
I lived.
Which actually turns out pretty good for them, because it's real hard to find.
Is it bad writing if it created the Fallen? You could have a good outcome of bad writing. I think the fact that the way that he described it, and I know people are going to comment saying about how Bricky shortens it really aggressively, but if you got the move, if you basically knock out the Lion cold, right, with some powerful move, courtesy of the powers of chaos, and then instantly lose your mind and are no longer able to kill Lionel Johnson, it's just kind of a very, very bad plot device. Like, you could have probably have gotten a much better alternative, even if he ends up as a wounded dog licking his wounds after the Lion beats him, or even if it is a closer battle and then he walks away, you know, relatively scathed and then forms the Fallen, whatever. But like, it just doesn't come off as like that well done. That's all.
Until until Vashtor makes
Oh hell no! I don't want any part of that. The warp spitting out the Lion citation needed. Thank you.
a MacGuffin that can find it.
Well, yeah, Vastor's whole thing is MacGuffins.
It kind of is, yeah.
So all of those dark angels that were grabbed and thrown into the warp were then spit out in tons of various places throughout the galaxy. And these will be known as the Fallen.
Yeah, here's the Fallen.
Okay.
All right.
And these spit out as dark angels that were grabbed and thrown into the warp were then spit out in tons of various places throughout the galaxy. And these will be known as the Fallen.
Okay, yeah, so the creation of the Fallen. Again, the way that it was described, it's not so much that I'm saying the book inherently is going to be bad writing, but the plot device that was used to create that moment doesn't sound that good. Right? Like, again, it's only my perception. I haven't read the book, so I'm not saying that there's a right or wrong here. I'm just saying is from what I'm hearing, it just kind of comes off as, even though Luther was juiced up with the power of chaos, he's at par with the Primarchs, but the Lion's one of the stronger Primarchs, so it doesn't really equate to me why he's able to just take out Lionel Johnson like that, and then perfectly timed, he goes into madness after that. That's all.
Okay.
And
So, gotcha.
finding the Fallen is the Dark Angels' #1 goal currently.
Find those filthy traitors.
Because no one's allowed to know the shame of any part of their legion turning chaos. These are the Dark Angels. These are the Emperor's executioners, right? Or exterminators, sorry. That is a massive point of shame. And so the Dark Angels, if you've heard plenty of memes about them being traitors or them
I have indeed. I get it now. Well, anytime the Dark Angels are brought up, it's like, oh, the Fallen. I'd never turn traitor. We're loyal. We're the good ones. Yeah. I've heard those memes. Yeah.
Because they're not traitor, but they don't want anyone to know that they ever had anyone fall.
Yeah.
And so the lengths they go to keep that a secret, the things they do, the people they kill, the torture they inflict, all to keep that lie away and to find any of the Fallen is massive. It's paramount.
That is the #1 goal of the Dark Angels.
I always like that comic right there.
Yeah, brother, I have fallen. Might you assist me up? Brother?
Brother?
Brother, no. I just tripped.
So
that's a great one, yeah.
With that, way down, deep in the rock, lies a stasis cell. In this cell, combined with meters of thick rock creep, warding ruins and everything, lies Luther the Arch Traitor. Currently a babbling, crazed mess.
Oh, Luther survived all this?
Luther's alive.
Oh, I did not know that. And he's in this little prison, and he's just in there, just babbling his brains out nonsensically.
Yes, he is down there, deep in the bowels of the rock, kept in this field, and often only ever seen by two people: the Watchers in the Dark, or the group of the Watchers in the Dark,
yeah,
and the Supreme Grand Master of the Dark Angels, which at this point would be Azrael. Because he has a sword called the Sword of Secrets, which is a special relic that is used to access the cell. Ooh, they go in there sometimes to get information from him, where the Fallen might be in his traitorous ramblings. And
well, how would he know where the Fallen are? Like he doesn't have like a direct link with them.
I mean, I don't know. He's chaos. He was chaos corrupted. Who knows? But point being is that he would often have just these diluted, frightening ramblings, specifically about how the lion is coming back, the lion will return, the lion will wake up, and he will absolve me of my sins.
Oh.
See, that I think... Okay, so again, going back to what we were talking about with the book and about saying how I don't like the plot device. Again, I'm not saying the book itself is bad writing. I'm saying that particular plot device at the end I don't like, right? This, I think, is well done. I still think that from getting from point A to point C, the point B could have been different and done better. That's all. But I do see that is appealing to me in writing. This is a more well thought out way to hint about the return of Lionel Johnson, right? I just think that the combat sounded kind of dumb. I won't know until I read the book, but I'm just saying from surface level, from what I'm being told, it sounds less interesting to me. Point A, good. Point C, good. Point B, Not saying book bad. Don't misunderstand me. I just don't like the one plot device that was used to make a point. That's all. That's it.
He will be back and he will save me. But...
Oh, man. I kind of feel bad for Luther.
Luther's betrayal was one of the less selfishly awful ones compared to like Typhus, for example.
Yeah. Well, just because Luther had it seems like the whole time he's just he's getting these little pinpricks over and over again. He's like, oh, I'm kind of jealous of the lion. And it's like, oh.
Well, hear me out. Again, I don't know anything, all right? I did not read it, so I can't really give you a full synopsis, but think of it this way. What if when he was powered up by chaos, he's losing the fight to the lion, or it's a stalemate because he's the power of a Primarch, and he does something that triggers them being both yeeted into the warp together, they both get spit out separately, and we are left with the confusion of what just happened. Everything still happens with the Fallen, everything still happens with the lion, and he's in a coma because something happened in the warp, but we don't know because the mystery is interesting, and he comes out spabbling nonsense about how the lion will come back. All of a sudden, that would be exponentially better for that one little part. That's all. Everything's still the same, except for the random part where he knocks him unconscious, and because he's somehow more powerful than the lion, and then goes mad, but not able to kill him. You know, it was kind of like, if you're going to be strong enough to take him out, then you should be able to kill him. You should not be able to take him out and then suddenly have unconscious plot armor where he goes mad. That's all I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm trying to keep it the same as what it was, with just the minor thing I don't like. I'm literally trying to fix the one thing I don't like, which is the random part where he knocks him out and then goes mad. If you knock him out, you should be able to kill him, or you shouldn't be able to beat him at all, because it literally made a jump that doesn't make sense to me. Everything about it is fine, and you can make everything else work with it. It's that one part that doesn't make sense. They will retcon this lore when they finally do something with the Fallen. Don't worry, Tetra. That might be retcon with the upcoming Scouring series. Hire Tetra to write. Well, it's like the writing is fine. It's just that one part that I don't like. Of course, well, I know Bricky does a shit job of explaining it, but I'm going to assume that in the writing, he suddenly is more powerful enough to knock out Lionel Johnson. That I'm pretty sure Bricky didn't make up out of thin air, and that's fine. All I'm saying is that if he was strong enough to do that, and I'm not saying Chaos can't make him strong enough to do that, if he was strong enough to take out Lionel Johnson, then it's annoying that there's a sudden plot, and I like Johnson, I don't want him to die, but then he should have been able to finish him off, and it would have been this tragic story. Or he shouldn't have been strong enough to do it in the first place, because it's that one bit where he knocks him unconscious and then suddenly goes mad. Because it comes off almost like Naruto plot armor, in that the character that we love that was defeated suddenly can't be killed by this guy because this guy conveniently goes mad. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And I know people are going to disagree with me. I know people are going to actually me. I know there's going to be books in the comments section telling me about how wrong I am. And so be it. I'm not saying that there's a right or wrong here. I'm merely saying is I just don't like one simple plot device. That's it. He repents, he feels regret, so goes insane. He can't bring himself to kill him. It's not about strength. Okay. I mean, that's better. I mean, that is better at least. That is, like, if somebody mentioned that to me when I was talking about this in the first place, I would concede a bit more to it. I still think it's a little bit outrageous that he was able to do it. I still think that it's a bit outrageous for him to do it. But, you know, I can concede that much. That is better if he does feel a sense of regret in his actions. I still think it's a little ridiculous, but that's better. That's certainly better. The irony of the Dark Angels is that their obsession with the Fallen has led them to act so heinously over the years that it brought their loyalty into question far more than the knowledge of the Fallen ever would have. I like that. That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny.
Well, that sucks.
Also, thank you, Warboss.
But I'll still be loyal to the lion. It's like, oh, I could nuke the lion, but I'm not gonna do it because, oh no, I'm better than that. Then he gets sent away, and it's like, oh, by the way, all these space marines are stronger than you now, and you still can't add up to. And then and chaos, and it was just a babbling man. I feel bad for Luther. Is that like, is that a hot take to feel like sympathy for Luther?
Do you feel sympathy for Cox?
If Dark Angel players want to be very Dark Angel-y, they'll be like, how dare you? On the other hand, you know, as far as like reasons to betray went, Luther's wasn't the worst.
Yeah.
The lion is not what I would call the most likable guy, especially not when like you are playing second fiddle to him the whole time. He's getting all these accolades and he doesn't even give a shit.
Yeah. And he probably doesn't really... He's probably not one for showering you with praise either, I would assume.
No, he does not care.
No.
But yes, he, you know, the veil of deceit removing from his face, he was very upset. Much like that moment of clarity that Horus apparently had before he died.
Gotcha.
It's kind of the assumption, but it's at this point he's a babbling mess. But the Rock was sieged far before Vashtor arrived, and despite the fact that this Rock with a demon prince at its head sieged their overall place, they left just as swiftly as they had arrived, not realizing that the attack was most likely a diversion, as Azrael went back down to the stasis pods and found that Luther was missing.
Gone. Ooh. Oh, no.
Luther is out there somewhere. So, at that point, the lion being put to nap.
I'm sure we're going to find out, but, like, Luther can't be alive in 40k, right? Like, there's no way Luther can survive 10,000 years. He's not effectively unaging in the same way that the Primarchs are, right? So I don't really know. I'm sure that we're going to learn. I'm sure we're going to find out. I just can't imagine that, even if he's tainted by chaos, I can't imagine him still being alive.
Time by Luther's attack and the warp shenanigans, sleeps on the rock, deep down below the area of all the stuff, etc. And, well, we know he's awake now.
He's still around, really?
Mm-hmm. He's got in a bit of a...
But he wasn't a proper Astartes. I know Astartes age slow, but I thought they couldn't make Luther a proper Astartes. They cryo-froze him? That makes more sense to me. Why are you attacking... Dawn? Dawn, what are you doing? Dawn is attacking my screen.
Bit older in his time.
Yeah, he's got a bitchin' mustache now.
Who's that person everyone says he looks like? Is it someone from Game of Thrones?
There's not really anyone from Game of Thrones that he looks like.
He does! It's Tywin!
I don't remember. But though he does have the Emperor's shield, indeed.
He does?
Yes, the Emperor's shield.
Oh, cool. I'm assuming that gives some absolutely ridiculous amount of protection. Oh, no, he looks like,
It doesn't.
Oh, the old...
Wait, do we think that there's going to be... I really don't want to rush you. Please take your time, but I'm giddy to see you learn about the Dark Angels as well as the Lions part in the Arcs of Omen book. I'm going to be honest with you. I might go against my normal rules and not just go to another Primarch. I might do the trilogy of the Lion first, because I kind of vibing with him. I kind of love him. So, and also Necro, thank you very much. I'm kind of loving this. But what I was going to say with the shield, do you think that GW is like, again, I know people are going to have their biases here, but do we think that GW has the foresight right now to be like building up to something really impactful with Gilliman and the Lion, considering that Gilliman has his sword and the Lion has his shield? Just food for thought. Lion after waking 40k, I have failed my father. I feel I have also failed my brothers. I do not wish to fail my sons. Aww.
Oldest Lannister. He gets shot with an arrow while he's on the shitter by a
Why are you attacking me?
Oh, I can't remember his name.
Whatever. Not important.
Anyway, not important.
Point being is that yes, he looks very, very cool. He looks very cool. He's a bit older.
So cool. God, he's so cool.
It's interesting to see.
He is probably top 3 favorite miniatures I've seen so far. Like his miniature is amazing. Like, it is amazing. Like, I love it. Zin, thank you again, by the way. I'm giddy to get that one. I'm so excited. Dawn! My cat is pulling down wires. Oh my god. Dawn, what are you doing? Dawn! I'm trying to stream! You did so with the Boy Scout, so why not? That is true, I did. Thank you, Crom. Good point. Dawn. Oh my god. Hold on, chat. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Dawn. Stop. What are you doing? Oh my god. Don't go in for the tunnel. Stop attacking my hand. Stop. Little beast. She literally just ripped down an entire surge protector and all the wires with it off one of my tables. And then when I went to go up to her, she goes and hides in her tunnel and thinks I'm playing with her. She's so cute. Dawn, what are you doing? Dawn, what are you doing? Stop. Don't you just go brrr at me.
Where it's all gonna go.
Yeah.
There's another picture of him I just found. Hey, look at that. He looks good.
I like the other one better. I like his mini better. Something about his face in that one I do not like. Like, the armor looks great, sword great. Something about the face, don't like it.
And whatever. Point being is that there's more art, and that's all I care about.
Oh, yeah, sure. More art's always good. Yeah.
It's just nice to see him up and about. And, that right there is good old, the Lion.
The Lion, Captain Genocide, strikes again.
Captain Genocide strikes again.
Do you hear her? Do you hear the little beacon of evil just doing her little in the background? What are you doing? I'm trying to finish up. What are you doing? You're so cute. Yes, you're so cute.
I like in that artwork how just blindingly brilliant his sword is.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
He's got some great head options too, yeah.
Whoa, those are such cool head
options.
options.
Those are sick.
Also, man, wings. Good God.
I think it's the one time I'd like without the helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I like the hooded without, like, the where he's got the hood, but you can see his face. And he looks very sort of like, oh, I did just wake up. I'm very mysterious. And, yeah.
He's got quite the vibe.
Slim Shady. Yeah.
I think he's darn cool. That for the most part is understanding the Lion and what he's all about.
I have a much better understanding of the Lion, and now I have a much better understanding of the Dark Angels memes. And I totally get why he was like, oh yeah, Kurz is down there, just nuke it. Just it doesn't matter who else is down there.
I just think that he's good looking, and even his model is good looking.
Tarzan to use subtlety.
Adeptus Ridiculous do have a video about how Dad Emperor is dead, so his sons get stuff. How it could be divided. See, that's something I want to see, because I feel like Gilliman and Lion are two sides of a coin that are both necessary. So I feel like the two of them are the actual. Again, I don't know if they're gonna they're never gonna wrap up Warhammer. At least I don't think they would. But if they did, I feel like the climactic powerhouses would have to be JONSON and Gilliman, because it just the two of them just work basically as good cop bad cop. I just feel like it would work really well.
Tarzan, please use your brain. He just wants to unga bunga. He just wants that unga bunga DPS, man.
He just wants to murder.
Is that a picture of Angron fighting the Lion?
Yeah. That's
which is probably coming up, right? Yeah.
I can't wait to see Angron, an excellent character, absolutely get destroyed by him. because Angron can come back every 8 days and the Lion
he respawns,
can't.
Yeah. And like with Lion just waking up, you have to make
Yeah, no, I know that Gilliman and the Lion do not get along at all. I think that would actually add to it. I think that wouldn't take away. I think the fact that they would kind of be forced to unify against their differences. I know that sounds more cliche than anything, but I feel like that would work really, really well. I feel like that would work really, really well. Lion, yeah, but the difference is that Gilliman will sell more books. Gilliman will sell more models. Okay, I'm trying to help your company make money here to get successful a successful thing. The Dark Angels and the Blueberries do very, very well. So having the two of them is most likely, and I'm more so implying the fact that one got the sword and one got the shield. You know, Russ is pretty important in everything in Horace. Oh, I know he is. In the little I do know about Leman Russ, I do know a lot of the things that he's done during the Heresy. But I'm just saying that the two Primarchs that I'm referring to, I just feel like they get more. I feel like they get more screen time, and I feel like there's a reason for that.
To make the Lion look like a god, he has to look so just unstoppably invincible.
The Ultramarine hatred is literally just people who hate Matt Ward, or whatever his name is, Mike Ward or whatever. Like the Ultramarine hatred, I feel, is almost non-existent in normies, and most normies are the ones who are getting the product, right? Like people who played Space Marine 2 all ended up liking the Ultramarines. Everybody who likes Titus likes Ultramarines. They still sell out right away. Every Titus item that you want to see as far as merch goes is gone. I wanted to get the Titus helmet. I thought it looked cool. I wanted it on my desk. You can't get it. You can't get it because it sells out immediately. There's a reason why they can make 4 Ultramarine products every time they release one White Scar product, because people buy them. People buy them.
That Angron is about to get absolutely destroyed. It wouldn't surprise me if they put him on a 2x respawn time because of how badly he's about to get bodied.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part, is that.
And you can't kill Vastor yet. Like, you can't have Lion just go up and be like, "Hey, Vastor."
No, they only like Ultramarines because well, that's the point. It doesn't matter if other legions are better. Like, that's the thing. You guys misunderstand that. It does not matter in a business sense to them. Like, we could want anything possible from GW. GW is not going to do things for you because they think that it's better for the continuity of the lore. They're not going to do things because they think it's better for the continuity of the tabletop fan base. You have to take that bitter pill and understand whether or not people like the blueberries because all they see is blueberries. I'm sorry to say this to anybody from the outside looking in, the blueberries are Warhammer. Like, before I got into Warhammer with you guys, I only thought the blueberries were the armored ones. I only knew the blueberries were the Space Marines. I did not know about all the chapters. I didn't know all these things were there. I had no clue. But the reality is because they are it's like Pikachu with Pokemon. Pikachu products will always sell better. Pikachu is nowhere near the coolest Pokemon. Like, nowhere near the coolest Pokemon. But people will still go out and buy every Pikachu product. Everybody will buy the Charizard products. They're nowhere in the top 10 of most interesting Pokemon. They're not in the top 100 of interesting Pokemon. But they are what sells. So the blueberries are going to always be there. And the second best selling, I believe, actually is the Dark Angels. So those are the ones that are going to sell, and that's the ones that are going to get the most screen time because the products will sell. That's all. Unironic Ultramarines hate is just noobs who don't read and old heads who are still mad about the writer from a decade ago, but all that's retcon. I think that the Ultramarines are fine. I think the Ultramarines are fine, and I think Gilliman's actually a great character. But I'm just saying, I'm trying my best to be as unobjective as I can be about it, and just saying from the sense of what's realistic for what GW will do, because GW is a business, you know. What did I miss? I'm only getting into Warhammer with Tetra, and I only knew Space Marines as the blue ones before learning the lore. The blue ones reach even non-Warhammer people. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Charizard and Pikachu will continuously get 100 forms every new game. Yeah. Lion's Shield is like the anime weapon. Basically, it returns damage back to the aggressor. It's amazing. I love that. Something, beating dead horses, something. Yeah. I still don't feel like Ultramarines fit 40k, but that's fine. Look, there's plenty of things that even I think don't match the theme, and I'm far removed from this, right? Like, I'm very, very new. Yes, I've been watching content almost every single day now for 2 months, and I do have a decent understanding of one section so far of the universe of Warhammer. But there are things that are completely nonsensical in Warhammer too, from what I see. So, like, you talk about how the Space Marines, how the blueberries, right? How the Ultramarines are not even part of, or they don't fit in Warhammer 40k. There's the Harlequins. The Harlequins make far less sense. I love them. I think they're awesome. They make a hell of a lot less sense than the Ultramarines. The Ultramarines are what happen when you have a Legion that has logistics. That's all. You know, I'm a rare kind of Ultramarine hater, salty world eater who lost too many games and my big boys get one-shotted. I like the Ultramarines, but my friends of mine play them. Blueberries are the poster boys and will always... Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, I'm not saying that they're better or good or anything like that. I'm just saying is that because they're the poster boys of the game, you have to understand that they are not going anywhere and they will always be the centerfold. Because whether or not Matt Ward did this and Matt Ward has cursed you guys to an eternity of dealing with blueberries, they are there. That there's a reason why the most popular game that's come out from Warhammer in a long time is Space Marine 2. And what do you have in it? Blueberries. You know, like, I'm really excited for Warhammer 40k, especially now because I get to play with the Dark Angels. But again, you have Dark Angel intrigue, and then you have primarily blueberries. Because I think they understand that they're going to have more diehards playing games like Warhammer 40k than they would playing Space Marine. Space Marine was a more accessible title for other people that were not necessarily in the Warhammer space, so they made sure they gave you their poster boys. That was the play. That was the play, and business-wise, it was a smart move. Like, it was a smart move. All right, we're going to finish the video up. Sorry.
Well, you can't kill Vashtor in general. He's
in general, sure.
Thing.
Yeah, but, like, you can't just have Vashtor already be clowned on, and it's just, yeah.
It's going to be interesting if he, when he comes back and tries to kill Angron, and then, like, oh, well, damn it.
I mean, he'll have a lot of fun waiting for the respawn timer. Lion seems like the type that would spawn camp Angron just for the hell of it.
I love this one, though. I love how I literally left it on. I could have paused it. Like, I didn't need to do that whole little pause section before, and I could have avoided having anything in the video for me talking about Ultramarines, but what can you do? I'm going to make sure I leave it up. I'm going to make sure I post this one. But I'm sure that I'm going to get some flack for it. Again, if anybody does watch this long into the video, which usually only people who actually like me watch through the whole video, understand everything I say is an opinion. Everything I say does not mean that your faction is less than. It does not mean that my opinion is more valid, less valid. It is just an opinion. Even when I'm talking about GW, I'm talking about the idea of what a business does, not because I think that it's right, okay? So just understand that before you start flaming me. Even though I know you're still going to timestamp me, you're still going to flame me, and blah, 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 blah. You get your actually glasses, but whatever. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please consider leaving a like and subscribe. Until next time.